Hi guys, Angie Bells, my fairy treasures. Okay, you guys, I am now getting back to this picture that I did. It was one of my collage pictures, and then I create these little fairy worlds with collage and paint. We pretty much finished this. I have a few other things to do on here still. We pretty much finished it the last time. I'm going to show it to you this way, and then bring it like that. And at the bottom, it had roses, which are going to be turned into a water feature at the bottom. And I have to kind of finish this up, and I'll finish this up. It's almost done, but I will completely finish it up off camera. But I have a full video on how I got to this point, and you can check that out below. And I'm going to turn this around too, just in case I'm not able to flip this video. I've been having problems with my flipping thing, so, okay. So reason I'm showing you this is because we're going to take this girl here that I drew, this mermaid, and she will be decoupaged into this world. And there'll be paint used on her and over her to make sure she fits into the world. So it doesn't just look like she's pasted on, okay? So that's why I wanted to show you that. So now I'm to the point, I told you that I had to still draw, I call them my Angie's Angels. And she is one of my Angie's Angels, but she's a mermaid. So here she is. I'm going to turn her around just to make sure you guys can see her. I think she's so pretty. And she's holding a bubble. That's what I'm going to make that into a bubble. So, and then I'll probably throw some other bubbles around her once we decoupage her into the scene. Okay? So I think she turned out really pretty. Okay, so I hope you guys like her. All right, so I'm going to come in close. We're going to start with her face. Then we're going to go into her hair on this video. And then this might be 2 videos, 2 1-hour videos, because it takes me a while to like color up these girls. So we'll see. We'll see how long it takes. So hopefully I can get it done in 2 videos. Like a part 1 and a part 2. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to come in close on the face. As close as we can. Perfect. Let me bring like this. Perfect. Okay. So here we go. What I'm going to use is my favorite things. These are Jane Davenport's palette pastels. And to me, they are really similar to pan pastels. They're so silky and soft and blendable. Love them. So I'm going to use that palette, and then I'm going to use this palette. And her palettes, yes, look like, I'm trying to make sure I can look like makeup palettes. And once I zoom back out, I'll show it to you again. And she made all of her palettes to look like makeup palettes. It's so cool. And I even apply it on with a makeup brush, which is really cool. So when I zoom back out, I'll show you these palettes again. You get them at, and most people know this, but if you don't, you get them at Michael's. These ones are about 20 bucks. You can use a coupon. You can wait till they go on sale. You can wait till they go on sale and use a coupon. So I'm going to use this color right here. Let me see if I can. Yeah. I'm going to use this color right here, and then as her face color, and then I'm going to shade her with that color. I'm only using, sometimes I use more than 2 colors for shading, but it's such a, it's a small area because I'm doing a full body, so of course the face is a lot smaller. Let me throw on some glasses, some readers, and also let me check outside here. Sorry guys. Oh, it was the mail person. Okay. Dang, my mail person is running late today. They usually come at like 10:30 in the morning, and it's like 2:30 in the afternoon. Running late. Okay, so, I mean, I don't care. Whatever. Okay, so I'm going to put that color, and this is going to be her face color. I started at the edge and then blend out. What's nice too about this, if you get outside of the lines, and I got it into her hair, at the end, you can just erase. And that's what's cool too. So if you mess up, you don't like how you did something, you can erase with an eraser. Okay, so there we go. And then let's go, and I'm going to shade her in with this brown color. Okay. And I'm just going to put the shading all back here pretty deep. And the reason I'm going pretty deep on the shading right here, we're going to blend it out, is because this is where her hair is, you know, so now in real life, which this is so fantasy, but anyway, in real life, it would be, she'd have more shading back here and lighter here, right? So, and I know that I'm saying all this and, you know, my girls are complete fantasy. I mean, a mermaid. But it just looks, I think looks good to do it like this. Even when it's a fantasy, it kind of makes sense. You guys are like, okay, Angela. Okay, and I'm blending it out a little bit. So I put it really heavy on the edge, and then I'm blending it out. Yeah, I think that looks really good. Yeah, that looks nice. And then I just want to take that base face color real quick and just put a little bit more right here. There we go. And blend that in just a little bit more. Perfect. Yeah, I think that looks really good. I could throw a little bit more of the shading color right here. And blend this out. Just a little heavier. And then I'll blend that out. Okay, let me see how that looks. Cool. And then on her eyes, I was going to do some cheek, but I'm not. I'm going to, on her eyes, what did I decide? Oh, I remember what color. Right here, I'm going to do this color right there on her eyes. That color right there for a little eyeshadow. It's almost the same color as like the shading color, but just a little different. And we'll just do a little bit of a deeper shadow right here on her eyes. Yeah, I think that looks really good. So pretty. Okay, so she's looking so golden-y color. I love it. Let's now do her lips. And I'm going to do her lips in a Prismacolor Tuscan Red. I love this color for lips. And just to make sure that I don't have any of that pastel on, I'm going to just use a little eraser on her lips just to make sure that's off of there. And the reason I'm using a pencil is because her, you know, her face is really small. Because we did a full body girl, so I, you know, I have to have a little head. So her lips are really small. And to get in there on her lips so they look nice, I think a pencil would be the best thing. So I used a Tuscan Red, which is, it's like a very bricky browny red, but more brown, more burgundy brownish than red. And anyway, I love it for lips. Okay, so there's that. I think that looks good. Okay. And we'll throw some highlights like on her lips and all that in a little bit. So that's good for the face, I think, for right now. Okay, so now I'm going to come out a little bit so we can see the skin. Let me come out too and show you the things we just used. So these are the eyeshadow palettes. Aren't these fabulous, you guys? Look at that. Not eyeshadow palettes, they're pastel palettes. So they're pastels. They are a they are a pastel. But like I said, it's like the pan pastels that are very expensive. But hers, I mean, these are like 20 bucks, and I think I used my 40 or 50% off coupon on these. Isn't that just so cool, you guys? Oh my god. Love it. Okay. So next, I'm trying to think if I want to use, yeah, you know, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to take my liner brush right here, and I'm going to put a little bit of, move that away. Let me get out one of my trays. I'm going to put, like I always like to do, I'm going to throw a couple little white dots on her eyelashes, like it's like glitter. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And I'll throw a little highlight on her lip. We'll do that right now. No time like the present. So I used a little bit of a liner brush, very, very little bit of paint. Let me get this going. Yep, that looks good. And we're just going to throw a little bit of little white speckles on her eyes here, which I think looks really pretty. There we go. And then on her lip, we'll do a little highlight on the lip. Oh, very pretty. I love that. Okay. And I throw a little highlight on her nose. I think that looks really, really pretty. Okay. So now, all of that for just that little thing. But it's all the little details in the end that make up your girl. Okay, so let me come out. Okay, so let's go now. We're going to do the skin here. Okay. So I always start like, even with the skin tone color on the outside, and then kind of start blending it out a little bit. Okay. Okay. And this is fun. This is the first time I've used these pastels on skin. A lot of times for my skin, I use I'll use these for shading, but for the skin tone, I'll use the Incredible Inks, this one color that I really like. But the Incredible Inks aren't getting the deeper skin tone that I want. So I'm going to come in with just a little bit darker. Isn't getting the darker skin tone that I wanted. So I thought, let me try these pan pastels. And I'll shade with them also. I'll do both. So, and I'm loving them. They're just flippin' fabulous. They're fabulous for everything. For shading, for highlighting, for putting the makeup on your girls. You can do everything with these pan pastels. If you're going to buy anything from Jane Davenport's new line, and you have to choose, first get these pan pastels in your life. They're fabulous. They're just flipping fabulous. Okay, now I'm going to do some shading. And I definitely want to shade heavy right here because her hair is right here. So that would totally throw a shadow there, right? And when we're done, I will clean up everything with my eraser wherever I've gone outside of the lines. I just think that's kind of cool how you don't have to even worry about being out of the lines. You don't have to worry that if you choose a color that you don't like, you can erase it. These are just, I just have nothing bad to say about these. So I take another one. This one was blank, but it's my blender one. I just use it kind of like hardly any product on it or a clean one. And I like to go over what I just did like that. So I have a little bit of color on there and then start blending out. Okay. I'm going to blend this out here. And you just keep going till you have it blended the way you want. And I'm going for a nice deep skin tone, so you're like, obviously, girl. And I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some dark in through here too, and then leave it light in the middle. So it's kind of fun. It's your drawing, it's your girl. You can do what you want. Or your coloring book page, or whatever you're doing. And I'm showing you these techniques that I'm using, but they're not mine. They're just things I've learned. And just know you can use these techniques when doing anything. It's the same techniques no matter if you're doing a coloring book page, if you're doing something you drew. It's always just, it's the same. And hopefully I'm able to flip this video. I've been getting different programs and I can't remember if I finally found one that flips well or not. I think it did. I think it does, but anyway. If it doesn't, just know I'm working on it. I'm always working on the editing stuff. I can color and draw, but when it comes to these computers, you guys, I'm like a retard. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn her around a little bit. And then sometimes I wonder, does it even matter if I turn her around or not? Or if I flip the video? Because I turn my work all the time. So, I don't know. Look, I just completely turned my work around anyway, so. Okay, let me just see something, how I want to make sure that I do the shading. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to shade down here. Okay. And when I put the color on, when I just need to do like a small area, I just put it on the tip right there. Not the whole brush, just the tip. And that way I have a little bit more control over what I'm doing. If we ever really have control. That's an illusion. We all want to have control, but do we really over anything? Not really. Okay. All right, so now I got that done. So now I'm going to come in with my little blender. Is this my blender one? Yeah. All right, we're going to touch on this and then kind of blend it out from here. Let me put a little bit more on my brush here. Blend this out. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you guys are still seeing that. There we go. We bring her down a little bit. I'm putting a little bit more color on. There we go. I kind of didn't bring it out enough. I did now though. Okay. All right. Cool. There she is. Oh, gorgeous. Very, very pretty. Love it. Love it. Okay. I love my little dark, deep, I can't say that, deep skin tone girl. There we go. Jeez. Okay, so now I'm going to start erasing around the edges of like where I've gone out of the lines. We'll just erase a little bit on her face. I'll redo that in a second. Okay. And when you are erasing, just kind of be careful that you don't go into the skin, which you just colored, which I just did on her face, but we'll fix it, no big deal. Okay. If I'm out of frame just a second, I'll be right back in frame. I'm just erasing wherever I've gone out of the lines a little bit much. Okay, hopefully I'm back in frame now. Nope, I'm not. Okay, there we go. Don't worry, you guys. If I get a frame for a second, I'll be back. Okay, I just want to get her face here. Okay, there we go. I kind of erased that off of her face right in the corner there. And we don't want to erase any part of her face. Okay. Oh, I think she just looks gorgeous. Okay. Next. Let me see what time we have. Oh, we've only been working 22 minutes. Okay, perfect. Look how long it took me just to do her face and her skin on her body. Ridiculous, I know. Okay. So let me put these beautiful palettes away for now. We may be using them again, we may not, but I kind of try to clean up as I go along all the time. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to break out with her, with Jane Davenport's watercolor palette. It's the turquoisey one. You guys, I love it. I think I've hit pan on some things. I haven't hit pan, but I almost have on this color. Love it. I just love this whole palette. It's just beautiful. It's the one I use most of the time, and that's the colors. This you could probably get for a pretty reasonable price because it's on sale. Let me make sure you guys saw that. There we go. And I need to come out anyway. It's on sale right now at Michael's. So it's reasonably priced. Because I think this is like, well, no, okay, the watercolor palettes are expensive. They're like $30, but if you use a 40% off, you're going to get it for like 15, you know, 15 or 16, something like that at 40% off. But what's nice is when these go on sale, which I think they are right now, and they have like a 20% off of, including entire purchase, that's when you get a really good deal on it. But this watercolor palette will last you forever, and it is so worth the money. I use it all the time. All right, we're going to use this color here, which is called Fairy Tale. Isn't that just perfect, this Fairy Tale color? I'm going to make a really light solution, so it's just a light pink, and we're going to base coat her hair. And then we're going to be using colored pencils on the hair. So let's begin. Just a second, you guys. I got to get my brush going. I got to show you guys these brushes. You guys, are these brushes beautiful? I saw girls hauling these from Hobby Lobby, and I was like, yes, please. A pack of them either costed 10 or costed 5, depending on how many you were getting. So I used a coupon on them and just kind of went like for a few days in a row and picked them up for $5 for a pack, and the smaller pack for $3. But you guys, aren't they gorgeous? Oh, love them. Love them. Okay. I just love anything that's Jane Davenport. I love all her products. I love her. She's just so, and she's just such a neat person. She's so fun. She's so positive. She's so magical. Everything she does is magical. And you guys know that's all I'm ever trying to create with anything I do. Is just create magic. I just love everything magical. Okay. Okay, I'm just looking at where her hair is going to. Okay. I was looking because these are little flyaway pieces, so I was like, I didn't want to go into those. And we're just going to base coat this hair, and then we're going to be going in with colored pencils with a really cool ombre technique with pencils. There's girls online, and their main thing they do is coloring books, and I learned this technique from one of the girls, for a couple of different girls actually, on these girls who color coloring books on this hair color technique. I think it's gorgeous. Okay, this is her hair, and this is her mermaid tail. So I will be keeping them separate with color. They will not be the same color, so that we can make sure we have that distinction between the hair and the tail. And I think we'll do her tail some maybe robin's egg blue or something like that. We'll see. Okay, so we're going to keep going with this and hitting her hair. Okay, and then we are going to use the dryer on this. Perfect. We just, okay. And when you're watercoloring, does it all have to be perfect? Nope. This is just to get a nice base going, and now we're going to start that technique. But let me get my dryer and start drying. Just be a minute. If you want, fast forward. Okay. Oh, almost had a little crafty blanch there. All right, didn't want to do that. Okay, so let's do this. I want to come in close on the hair in the section I'm going to do. So let me decide what section I'm going to do. I want to do this section here. So can you guys see? We're going to start there, go all the way up to there. Yes, you can see all that. Okay, so, so what I'm doing, let me just mark this so I know what section I'm going to be in, because if not, I'm going to be a mess. My darkest color. And you guys will see why I'm doing this in a second. Okay, just so I know where I'm starting at, because there's so many little sections of hair. Okay, when you have a drawing, like if you're doing a coloring book page, or if you did your own drawing and you sectioned out her hair, like this is a strand here and then another strand here, like these big sections and strands of hair, this is a good technique for that. Like this ombre hair. So what I'm going to use to make this ombre hair is I'm going to use mulberry, which this is one of my favorite colors in Prismacolor Premieres. This mulberry. Next will go Jane Davenport's Kiss Kiss. This is gorgeous. And after that, it will be Jane Davenport's Pixie, which I love. And then I will be using, to kind of put a highlight in the middle, Prismacolor Premiere. And I'll be using a blender, okay, a blender pencil. You can get these at Michael's. You can also in the fine craft section, in the fine art section, I mean. Or you can get this like at Blick's or any artist place. Okay, let's get started. So the first color I used, which is the deepest color, and you guys excuse my nails. Okay, I don't understand. I just polished my nails. I think they look so pretty. But this nail right here is just going insane. It's like it would never dry. There was a couple of them that just would never dry. I don't understand. And all this polish is new. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. So I'm just letting you know, because this polish on this hand keeps moving everywhere. It's weird. Okay, anyway, this is Mulberry Prismacolor Premiere. And so that's the first color I'm using on here, on this. I'll just do it, and it'll be easier to explain as I go along. Okay? And you're going to do like a medium heavy pressure. Not more than that, but it's pretty heavy. You want a lot of color. And then go to the other side, and we're going to meet in the middle with the lightest colors. Okay? So after that, I'm going to use Jane Davenport's Kiss Kiss. Again, her pencils, her colored pencils you can get at Michael's. That's around $20, $25 for her pack of pencils. They're great. And right now, I think she has half off of like her old collection. And this is in her old collection, her pencils. So